有我槍王。咁今次咧，我知道 MSB 咧喺今年咧會出咗一紮咁樣，即係好多產品嘅。咁啱咧，我知道 MSB 嗰個代表啊 Daniel 咧，咁啱嚟咗香港，到派斯呢度咧，咁我就接受我哋嘅訪問嘅。Hello Daniel, nice to meet you.
Hello. Nice to meet you as well.
Can you introduce the new model and the new technology for MSB?
Yeah. MSB is very excited this year to be releasing the new discrete and premier DACs. We have invented a few new technologies that are trickled down from the reference and select. So that's bringing a lot of value to the lower end of our price ranges. So it brings that exclusive technology to a broader market.
How about the new model?
Yeah, so starting with the discrete DAC, it is our lowest end model starting at 9,500. It includes two prime DACs, which is a new DAC technology based on the hybrid DAC. Each DAC module contains two DAC channels for positive and negative phase. So it's a fully balanced design and architecture throughout the product.
And the difference pair with the old model?
Yeah, so compared to the analog DAC DAC had two DAC modules, which were both single-ended. So only had two DAC channels. So the discrete DAC at a similar price now has four DAC channels, but twice as many DAC channels, and a fully balanced architecture.
Okay.
So the discrete DAC also features shared input modules with the reference and select, bringing all of our products in a unified input architecture. So as input modules are developed for any level, they're now compatible and immediately available for all products. The discrete DAC also features the new renderer input module, which we just came out with, which has Rune endpoint and MQA playback. It's very high quality. It's designed in-house, so it's not an off-the-shelf solution put into our product. We did our own PCB design, very thoroughly reduced the electrical noise and made it a very high quality input module. The discrete DAC also features two input module slots that can be customized for USB, renderer, our own Pro I2 S and Pro ISL inputs, which are specific for our transports. One of the cost savings of the discrete DAC is a more integrated system, so the output module, clock, and the SPDIF are integrated into the main chassis. This saves some of the costs. When upgrading to the Premier DAC, that will give more flexibility to upgrade the clock and output module. The Premier DAC features four of our prime DAC modules, which is 8 DAC channels, positive and negative balanced. It also features an upgradable clock to the Femto 93, which is a new clock technology we're using. Unlike the reference and select, which have an ovenized version, this one has a thermally stabilized crystal technology, discreetly built in-house with our own custom crystals. The Premier DAC also features 3 input module slots instead of 2, which is what the discrete has. And all of these are made in CNC unibody chassis that are made in-house in our own CNC shop. We have our own SMT PCB fabrication line where we build and make all of our components. One of the things as MSB's evolved is we found the quality of the electrical assembly onto the PCB, like the solder paste, a lot of these things factor into the sound. And when you send this technology out to a job shop, it's very hard to control the quality, control the placement and the temperature profiles. So we brought that in-house, and it's been a very good increase in production and quality for us. One of the reasons we brought the CNC in-house is it allows us to prototype and get that feedback and better integration between the electronics and the mechanical assembly. Yeah, our own CNC shop has brought the cost of manufacturing down, which allows us to invest more in the electrical, which is what gives you most of your sound, versus the mechanical. So we've really prioritized sound. MSB's philosophy is the sound of a system is always the most important. We never compromise. We always try to get a certain standard for all of our input modules, whether it be USB, the renderer, or our own transports. We don't want a user to have to compromise the quality for convenience. So any user, if they want to stream music, they should expect the same quality as if they're using a transport.
Okay.
Power base options for the new decks we're introducing are very unique in that we're allowing 2 power supplies to be attached to our product. There are 4 main sections of the deck. You have the DAC modules, the clock, the processing, and the input modules. So with a single power supply, the DAC and the clock are linked together and share an isolated power supply. Then the processing and inputs share one. When you upgrade it, you can separate the power supply for each section of the DAC. So it helps bring the noise floor down. It's very good. There's an upgraded power base for the Premier DAC called the Premier Power Base, and it matches the same physical profile as the DACs and incorporates the ground isolation technology found in the Reference and Select DAC. It's a very good technology to help with a lot of the noise we have on power these days. You have a lot of electronics in the home that really can hurt a system. So we wanted to incorporate as much technology for bringing the noise floor down to reveal what the DACs can offer. Our new transports, the Reference and Select transport, incorporate a new technology called Pro ISL, which stands for Integrated Synchronous Link. This is a new technology we're pioneering for audio based on a dual fiber cable. It's a very high bandwidth communication format, so we're able to use a lot of data checking and error correction between the unit. It also has complete electrical isolation, which is very good for transports, especially ones that incorporate a lot of media types like USB hard drives and other formats like that. The other thing is our transports have a synchronous link, so the transport is slaved to the DAC. The DAC is the master clock, which is very important for getting the best audio quality. I have here the new MSB technology remote. We designed this in-house with functionality and interface at highest priorities. So it's a very high-tech remote with a rechargeable lithium-ion battery that lasts up to 6 months. And with that extra power, we were able to use very powerful IR emitters, so you have a very strong signal to use in the system. We incorporated a volume control that's based on a scroll wheel. So it's a very intuitive, convenient way to use your system. It's just like if you went up to the front of the product to use the knob. Stainless steel buttons, CNC aluminum chassis, PCB, everything is made in-house in our factory with our own design. None of this is off the shelf. And we're very proud of what we've got here, and it's so far had a very good response, and it's been very convenient and intuitive for users. MSB is also introducing 2 new transports this year. We have a reference level transport and then a select level transport. These are both based off of the Oppo 203, and they incorporate a lot of new digital formats and conveniences for users. But we also improved the audio playback over last year's UMT5. So we've got a lot of improvements there. It incorporates the new Pro ISL technology, which has full electrical isolation from the DACs, which has been very important for us. They have power base options for linear supplies for very high quality. We remove the clock from the Oppo board, and we use our own clock that is synced from the DAC to control the motherboard, and we have our own power supplies that are manufactured. Both the Reference and Select transports feature the new Pro I2S format that is called Pro ISL. It's the next step in evolution from our Pro I2S. This new format features dual fiber optics, which gives you complete electrical isolation, including enough bandwidth for data redundancy and error correction. So we've been able to significantly improve the consistency from system to system based on electrical noise on the playback. Each chassis is CNC machined in our own factory, our own shop, with high quality finishes. We have manufactured our own CD trays, very beautiful polished aluminum tray. We're very, very happy with it. The new transports match the Reference and Select systems flawlessly. So as you build your complete collection, it's a beautiful presentation and performance. MSB is also introducing a high-end audiophile rack that is complementary to the MSB system. It's designed in a partnership with a manufacturer who has many years of experience. The rack features several benefits for MSB products, including ventilation for the heat sinks. So the contour of the rack complements it very nicely. Matching shape. The shelves have a extruded polymer dampening material in each layer. They're based on to a silicone isolation pad, which you can add or subtract to match the system weight. So if you have two products, one, select, or reference, depending on the weight of the system, it can be tuned specifically for the product. Then it is onto an aluminum frame with the vertical poles have a dampening material inside of them for best performance. It's an audio rack that has no compromises, and it is top of the line, top performance.
好啦，咁啊多謝阿 Daniel 介紹咗咁多新嘅 MSB 嘅產品同埋一啲新嘅技術俾我哋知道啦，咁啊好多謝阿 Daniel。
Yes, thank you.
OK，thank you。好，咁啊，下次我哋再訪問睇下其他品牌啦，好嘛？OK，好，拜拜。